A very good morning, dear students. I hope you all are fine. So, in last session, we have studied till the topic that was elements of image tag. In today's session, we are continuing with next session that is on page number 134, and the topic name is subscript and superscript. The topic name is subscript and superscript. What is subscript? Subscript basically that is the bottom half part of your text. That is subscript. It means when we are writing any content, half part will be on the position of text and half part will be at the bottom of text. Like see the example, CH2 I have written. 2 is half on the level and half is at bottom position. That is the example of subscript. Right? Like I am writing H2O. Same concept is followed. 2 is half on the text position, half on the bottom position. So basically subscript is used in the case of chemical reactions, and superscript is reverse of subscript, in which half above the text. It means half part will be above the text position. Like I am writing x cube. 3 half is written on the position and 3 half is written above the position. So how we will make subscript and superscript in MS Excel sheet, HTML, how we will make it? For that we have to write the code, and for writing the code in HTML we need the specific tag. That tag name is sub and super tag. So if I want to write subscript, then I will use sub tag. Suppose I want to write H2O. For that I write H. Afterward I write 2 at bottom. In sub I write 2. Then I will close the tag sub and then I write O. So it will display the output H2O. If I want to write superscript, like I want to write x cube plus 3x. So what will be the code? I will write x. Afterward I will start super tag, that is SUP. In SUP I will write 3. Afterward super tag is closed. Next is plus symbol, then 3x. When I see the output will be x cube plus 3x. So this is the concept of subscript and superscript. Same example, it means related concept is given in your book on page number 134 and 135. Let's discuss the exercise session part now. In that case, if you are looking the example number 5, in example number 5 you are looking in title, it is given subscript, superscript, and afterward in body tag they have written H3. It is the heading 3 tag in which they have written chemical equations. This will be written as a heading of size 3 chemical equation subscript. Afterward now move to next line in which it is written B. It will do the bold, and what part will we do bold? C plus O. So what will be the output of B into C plus O? They have written B. In that they have written C plus O. Afterward they have written sub. Then they have written 2. Then they have closed the sub tag. So what will be the output of this part? It will become in bold form C plus O. Sub will bring the cursor here. Afterward they have written equal to CO. Then again they have written sub. In sub they have written 2. Then again they have closed the sub tag. So the output will be CO and 2 will be go at sub position. So the output of this line will be CO2. Next again what they have done, after B tag they started HR tag. HR tag will design a straight line. It will display the straight line. It is used to divide the pages section wise. After HR tag they have written in heading 3 mathematical formulas superscript. In that they have written the another script. The another script is related to the superscript. So what they have written in code, just see in your book on page number 135. It is In bold form written, that is B. In B they have written A plus B. Afterward they have written SUP. Then they have written 2. Then they have closed SUP. Next part they have written equal to A SUP. A SUP. It on which you have written 2. Then they have closed SUP. Then they have written plus B SUP 2. Then SUP close. Afterward they have written plus 2AB. Then bold tag is closed. Now see the output. It is bold, it is getting closed. All will be in bold form. The output will be A plus B same. SUP will convert it to the superposition. Afterward equal to sign. Then A, then super 2, then B, then again super 2, then 2AB. This will be the output. I hope this point is clear to your people. Now come to the next part, that is related to your working with HTML forms. Now how to work with form? For working with form, we have a HTML programs. So before discussing the working of form, first we will discuss what is the use of form. Basically, forms are used to enter the text from user level. Generally what happens on websites, a user can see the detail. But if a user want to give any feedback, a user want to fill any form, a user want to register online, in that case we need a specific document that is known as form, and forms are helpful to collect the information or gather the information from viewer side. And what happens, how information is collected? Web browser collect information that is filled by the viewer and send it to the web server. It means web browser accept the information from visitor. The visitor will fill the information. That information will go to the web server. On web server what will happen? A program will be there that is known as customized program. It will handle the information and send feedback to the viewer, and the feedback will be like this: your form has been submitted successfully. It means a viewer will get the submission message. Now the basic form contains the following elements. When we are making a form in HTML, the first thing, the form tag will be present. And form tag, again it is a type of tag that is container, that will begin also, that will close also. So it is a container tag. And second thing, on a general form, submit or reset button is also there. So these concepts are covered in the form section. Now we will make the programs for designing a form. How to design a form, what is the use of form. So basically the starting tag will tell from where the form is started, and it will tell where the form information is getting completed. So let's start with next program that is related to the form, and what is the syntax of form. Now next topic is syntax of form. How to design a form in HTML. For designing a form in HTML, we will use the general format. We will start with HTML tag, then we will go to head tag. After head, title will be start. We will write something in title and we will get it closed. After title, head will be closed. After head, body tag will be start. We will write some part in body tag. In body tag, form will be designed. It means form is the sub tag of body. It will be written in the body tag. In form, we will make different attributes whatsoever we want to do. Afterward, form will be closed. Then body will close, and finally HTML will be closed. So if anybody will ask you the structure of form, first tag is HTML, second tag is head, third is title, then title will close, then head will close. Afterward body will start. In body we will open the form tag, then we will close form tag, then after doing the form tag we will close body, then last it is HTML. So same structure is there, only form is included in body tag. Now there are some features of form tag. The first feature, Form do not process the information. Form doesn't have the quality to process the information. It will just store the information. It will help to forward the information, but it cannot process. Information will be processed by any other method. That method is named as form use action and method attribute. We will discuss in next session now. So form use the action and method attribute to process the information. A form cannot be nested. Nested mean to say within one form a sub form cannot be designed. Mean to say in one body tag only one form tag can be there. More than one form tag cannot be there in a body tag. Within a form, sub form cannot be designed. And if a form is used as a frame, if we are making form in a frame form, then we need to set the attribute that is target, and target will be set as top to display the form on the full screen of current window. It means if we want to display on full screen, in that case we need to set the target is equal to top position. So these are some properties or features of form tag. Now we will discuss about the attributes of a form tag. Form tag contains basically 4 attributes. Form tag contains basically 4 attributes, and the name of attributes that are given. First one is name. So these are the attribute of form. First attribute is name. Second attribute is encryption, that is known as ENC type, equal to plain oblique text. Third attribute, that is method. Method can be used by 2 ways. It can be get or post. It can be get or post. And fourth attribute is action. Action means where to send the information. In action we can use the specific attribute, that is mail to. In action we can use mail to. In mail to we will give the address of mail ID where we will collect the information from a form attribute. It means after submission of form, the information will go to which mail ID that is performed by the action attribute. So let's start with first part. First part is name. It specifies the name of form, but the name will not be displayed on the form. Name is just an attribute, but this name will not be displayed anywhere on the web page. It will not be displayed. And form can be written like, we can write direct basic type form equal to, like I am writing ABC. This is the first attribute. We can give the specific name to a form. Second is ENC type. ENC full form is encryption. It will convert the data code into the another form. So it will encrypt the data on the sender side. So it specifies how the data is sent to the destination. It encrypts the data and send it as to the destination position. Encryption type can be plain text, plain or text. Third is important part, that is get or post. It is the name of method. We will get the information or we will post the information. So what is the difference between get and post, we will discuss afterward. Next part, that is action. Action attribute, it is required to give destination address where we will receive the information after submission of form. So action attribute will accept the mail ID, on which mail ID we will accept the information. So these are 4 attributes that are designed by the form. So now next step that is we are discussing, that is difference between get and post method. Get and post method. Dear students, you can take the snapshot if you want to understand later it on. Difference between get and post method. See now, what is get method? Get method is for the purpose of requesting to get something. So get request can be cached. Get request remain in the browser history. What's the information we are getting, what's the request we are putting, that will be stored in the history part. And get request can be bookmarked. It means any request if we have sent it to the browser, If any request is sent to the browser, that will be stored as a bookmark also. And GET request should never be used when dealing with the sensitive data. It means if we want to accept any sensitive data, in that case we will not accept by using the GET method, because it is for a general data. Sensitive data can be lost in between. And GET request have a length restriction. GET request should be used only to retrieve the data. It is used to retrieve the information or data. But the other feature of POST are there. It means request can be cached. It is for request. Can be cached. Second point, request will be stored in memory. Request will be stored in history part. Stored in history of browser. And request can be bookmarked also. Request can be bookmarked. And fourth point, it is not for sensitive data. Not for sensitive data. These are some features of GET method. Next point, that is POST method. POST requests are never cached. This is the difference. In this, request is cached, but POST request never cached. It is never stored. Second point, second feature, that is POST requests do not remain in browser history. No browser history for that. They are not stored in a history. No browser history. It is not stored in a history part. Third point, POST request cannot be bookmarked. It is fully reverse of this. It is bookmarked but not a bookmark. Not a bookmark. And fourth point, that POST request have no restriction on data length. Any size of data can be accepted. Data can be accepted. These are some important features that are performed by the GET and POST method. So afterward, now we are on the concept of different types of elements that are used between the form tag. Different types of elements are used: input, select, and text area. Next is different types of elements. Different types of elements are input, input tag, second is select, and third is text area. We will discuss one by one. Basically, these are some different interface elements that will provide different types of interface. Interface means to say window. Input can be processed in the form of text box or text button, command button, radio button. So many points are there. While select is used for creating the drop down list. It is used for drop down list. And what is the concept of text area? Text area concept is used for creating the multi-line text. Multi-line text. It is used for the purpose of multi-line text. It means it will define the area. In these line text will be displayed. It will like design a box. In that box text will be printed. Suppose text is of 50 lines, but we are having a space for 9 lines. What will happen? Then 9 lines will be displayed here, and rest 41 lines will be displayed as a slider. We will move the slider down. It will be displayed all the information. This is the concept of text area. We will discuss through specific HTML example all 3 parts. So which types of values can be inserted in case of input? we will discuss this part in next session. For this session we have covered about what is subscript, superscript, what is form, what is the use of form, what is the syntax of form, and what are the attributes of form. So in next session we will discuss about the input tag. In input tag we will discuss about button, checkbox, radio, text, submit and reset, image and file attributes. So next session will be related to your practical part. You will understand what is the concept of form that is practically used in a HTML session. So thank you and nice day for this session. We will meet in next session with next practical session. So dear students, if you are facing any problem, just give me a call or send me a WhatsApp message on my number. This is 999118890. 999118890. You can send me anytime your query. I will reply on WhatsApp also. So thank you. Have a nice day for this session. We will meet next time with next practical session. Thank you. Thank you so much.